Hello, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Sunday, April 19th, 2020. At the time of this recording, my first marathon attempt is just a couple of hours ago. So, yeah, I'm recording this on Saturday, April 18th, but I do have a very good reason for that, and this is, my very first marathon distance attempt, because, wow, it's fantastic, it's really amazing, and yeah, I just like to talk about this run just right now, because, yeah, it's so fresh in my mind, it still impresses me so much, and I just feel that I should be sharing it right now, and that I should recording it as long as the memory is really fresh and I'm still feeling overwhelmed and I'm still just overwhelmed and just happy. So, as you might guess by now, it was a success, so I completed my very first marathon. And there was never a doubt that I could do this. Oh dear, hi. No. Go away. Oh dear. They are fast. They are really fast. I wanted to defuse that creeper guy over there. Alright. So, yeah, let's start right from the beginning. But first, as a disclaimer, you might find it unbelievable or weird or strange or crazy or whatever, but despite all the things I will discuss in this episode, I enjoyed every second of the marathon, and even as I was done with it and I was really tired and exhausted, it was not like, okay, I will never do this again. No, it was like, okay, I learned so much during this first marathon distance attempt that I like to do it again and do it better. So, yeah, let's just start with the marathon. Or, by the way, I should also maybe reveal the time it took me. So, to run the first full marathon, it took me 3 hours and 31 minutes. So 3.5 hours for my very first marathon, which is really a good time, which is really a decent time, and I'm super happy with it. But as you might guess, I also made a few mistakes, or I made one major mistake, and I like to improve on that and do it again, most likely this fall, because now summer is coming and it's getting warmer and warmer. And so this is not a good time for your Sebbi to do those long distance running events when it's too warm outdoors, because this is nothing for me. I prefer cooler temperatures and also a less sunny environment. But yeah, anyway, let's start from the beginning. And right at the beginning, or even before I started my very first marathon distance attempt, I screwed things up. And yeah, this basically is the reason why it took me 3 hours and 31 minutes to complete the very first marathon. It could have been faster. It definitely could have been faster, but, well, it was a huge learning experience, and this is also good. This is also super important that you learn from things you do, and that you find out, okay, here I could have done things differently, and so you learn. You learn from your actions. Okay, in the morning I had a good breakfast, so I had a bowl of cereal, so oatmeal, oats, resins, dried fruits, and all this fancy stuff which is just great for, well, your normal breakfast. So to get ready for a long day, for a long hike, for some tough things coming up, and it keeps you also satisfied for quite some time. So yeah, I had this. I also had a smaller bowl of other cereals, those typical Kellogg's things that are just sweet and have just a lot of sugar and energy. So I thought, hey, this is exactly what I need for... How high do we need to go? We need to go at least 3 blocks up, maybe even 4. Yeah, let's go 4 blocks up. And yeah, this was good. The weather was just perfect today, for at least for me, because it started with, I think, 10 centigrade or so, and at first the sun was shining, but it got cloudy, which is amazing because it wasn't too warm. It was rather humid, so this was, I noticed it, but it was not to a really drastic degree, so it was not really problematic that it was really humid, or to some degree humid. So yeah, this was alright. This was quite alright. I was super happy. I was really happy that the weather was that good. And yeah, then after breakfast, by the way, I got up at 6:30 a.m. and yeah, around shortly after 8 a.m. I left my house, and I went to the start of my marathon where I wanted to start it. This was about a 1 kilometer run, very, very leisurely run. So just to warm myself up and to get ready and to get to a good point where I can start the marathon. And yeah, then I started it. It felt really good because, as discussed in the last episode, I was doing some tapering, which means I was just reducing all the load I normally had during the training to give my body some time to recover, to regain some energy, so that I really start with fresh legs and that I'm just ready for it. And so it felt really good. And let me see, I have the tab open in my browser, and for the first half of the marathon, I had exactly the pace I was dreaming of. So I ran the first half marathon basically in 1 hour 30 minutes. Was really good. Was really good. My legs felt okay, and so made good progress. Then I started to feel it a little bit in my legs. So I started to feel it in my calves, but it was still all right. And yeah, it got slower over the course of the next few kilometers. But until kilometer 30, things were still all right. But then then exhaustion started to kick in. Until this point, I had enough water, so it was really good that my friend was supporting me, that I wasn't running alone, because she always sent me my water bottles so that I had not to carry all the water, all the supplies. And yeah, she was just keeping me alive, which was really amazing. This was just great. This was super helpful. And shall I repeat the pattern upstairs? Yeah, why not? Why not repeating the pattern upstairs? This might be, for now, a good idea. Dang it. This might be, for now, a good idea. I can, of course, revert it if I really need to. And yeah, things were all right. But as I said, there was then some extortion kicking in. And by this time, I just had 2 gels. For those who are not really into endurance sports, a gel is basically 40 grams, 60 grams of some kind of fluid, which has, in my case, even some caffeine and lots of carbohydrates. And yeah, it's basically energy. It's pure energy. And until this point, I just had 2 gels. Initially, I wanted to take a gel every 7 kilometers, so I was way behind with my supplies. And yeah, this is really where the problem started. And this is basically what I said at the beginning. I screwed things up right from the beginning with my breakfast, because during my training, the longest distance I ran was 30 kilometers or 30 something kilometers. And on the one hand, it was during a different season, so it was much cooler, which was also beneficial for me. And yet it was at a different timing. So I guess this was also an important factor. But with the breakfast, it turned out that those oats and all the dried fruit and so on, when you do strong running, when you're really exercising hard, your body can't really digest all those things. So your body needs things that are easy digestible, so like bananas or sugar or something. But well, this was not what I ate in the morning. And at first, because during training it never was a problem, so I thought this was also the main reason why I decided, okay, let's have my standard breakfast, because this far it was good. Yeah, in this case it turned out it wasn't good, so I wasn't feeling great in my stomach the entire time of the run. At first I was just feeling quite full, and later on it wasn't hurting or so, but it was just not feeling. Can I still fit through here? Yes, I can still fit through here. All right. It was just not feeling good, and this resulted in the fact that I had not the demand for gels, and but the problem was I was still consuming a high amount of energy during my runs, or during this run, and I was not refilling that energy, because I wasn't feeling like, okay, I can take a gel. I thought when I would take another gel, I would just throw up, which is a thing you don't want to do while you're running a marathon. So I strongly started to notice this effect, and it became really, really bad around kilometer 36, I guess. Kilometer 36 and kilometer 37 were the worst kilometers of this entire run. And I lost so much energy that I started to get the feeling of having very, very short blackouts. So I had to stop running. I decided, okay, I need to walk, because I wasn't quite sure what would happen if I would keep on running. And this was really, really the worst situation. This was really the darkest time of the entire run. And this is a point where you might think, hey, this guy is crazy. I'm quite sure you think this already. But anyways, okay, we need those logs. At least we need how many? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, we need 9 logs that we can at least bridge over there. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this was really good that my friend was there, because she said to me, this is a sign that you lack energy, that you really lack a lot of energy. She already tried to boost me, giving me some cola, which is just pure sugar basically, which is a fantastic drink for endurance athletes. Just drink some cola. But I couldn't drink that much. I should have probably drunken by this time, just because of my stomach, because it was feeling so full, and I was just feeling bad at this time. But she said still, okay, things are bad now. Just take a gel now. And shoot, okay, this were too many planks, but anyway, we need them anyways, I guess. So I took a gel, I drank a lot of water, I walked for the next 2 kilometers, so kilometer 36 and 37, I was just walking. And then this gel started to kick in and did its job, and yeah, I started to recover. So I started running again, and it felt good. It felt really good. At first it was really tough to start running again, but over time it was not really feeling good, like the way as I started the marathon right at the beginning. But it started to recover. Of course, then was still the long fight of, okay, I was at kilometer 37, 38, so I still had some kilometers to go to complete this full marathon distance. But I was running again, and this was really the most important thing. Okay, I'm running. And on the other hand, another thing I learned about me, and this is really the point with being crazy or so, as I just said, although being completely exhausted, this, by the way, was also an interesting experience of being completely exhausted so much that you had to stop running. This was completely news to me, so I never experienced such a level of such a degree of exhaustion. So it was also a cool, so to say, learning effect. But yeah, the great thing was stopping, giving up was never an option to me at this point. So although feeling bad, although noticing, okay, I needed to run, I was just keeping walking. It was not like, okay, I need to stop or so. No. The goal was still, I have to complete those 42 kilometers. And so I just kept going. And this was also a great thing to learn about myself, that, okay, I am on the one hand quite strong, apparently. I have quite an endurance, and I have very, very strong mind. So I was not giving up. I knew, okay, we need a new axe. It was bad. I wasn't feeling well, but I kept going. It's really like one more stride. Just do it. And yeah, this was really a great thing. And yeah, I'm happy about this. So to say, it might sound absolutely weird, but yeah, it was interesting to notice this. And yeah, so then I just had to complete the remaining seven kilometers. The last 2 kilometers were really feeling long. Oh man, they are feeling long indeed. Phew. But it never occurred to me or came to my mind, hey, just walk the rest. No. I wanted to run it. And that's also what I did. I was super happy as I finally crossed the virtual finish line, and as it was over. But even at this point, I mean, I was really, my legs were hurting, and I was just happy that it's over. But at the same time, it was also like, all right, I did this mistake with the breakfast. I did a mistake right from the start. I know what the mistake, was. Let's do it again. Well, not tomorrow. So, as I said, maybe in fall when things start to cool down a bit again, and we don't have this heat anymore. But yeah, despite all the experiences I made, and even though when they sound maybe really bad, to me they weren't bad. They were just really a great experience. They were things where I learned a lot about my personal endurance, my willpower, I learned about my limits, which is also cool to really notice. Okay, this is and that's exactly how it feels then, and so that you know how it feels when you reach your limits. And so it was really a great learning experience. And of course, I wish I wouldn't have had to walk for 2 kilometers, because this would have saved me 10 minutes of time at least. And having had the chance to consume the amount of gels I was planning to consume would have also resulted in way more energy and way more, probably in a higher pace. But despite all those things, I'm super happy at the same time that it was as it was, because hey, it was a huge learning experience. I learned so much about myself, about my strength, as I just said, about what I can do, and that I apparently will not give up, that I will just keep on doing things until it's over. And those were really great insights. And yeah, although I was then in the end really exhausted and so on, as I said, it was not like, okay, this was a nice experience, we don't do it again. No, it was like, all right, this was an experience. I know my mistakes. I know I can do it better. Let's do it right. And this also says, I guess, something about me. And that's basically the story of my very first marathon. So the first half, as long as I still had energy, was good. The second half just was not so good. Because I did a mistake even before the start of the marathon. A mistake where I thought, hey, this is probably not a mistake. But yeah, so that's how you learn. And in this case, it was a great experience. And now, after having finished my very first marathon distance run, it just feels great. I'm super happy. And when you just consider, or when you, I was talking about this in the last episode with those time levels or so. If you, which was my goal, are below 2 hours, so I had the pace for 2 hours, which showed my first half of this run. You're just super fast. You're just amazingly fast. If you keep it between 3 and 3.5 hours, what I did, you still belong to the very fast, very good runners. And if you make it under 4 hours, you still did a really great job. And no matter if, at least when you finish a marathon, you did an amazing job. But considering this, that it was my very first marathon attempt, that I screwed things up right from the beginning, and I still managed to get it done in 3.5 hours, I'm super happy. And I'm also super thankful for my friend that she supported me all the time. And yeah, so this was the very, very first marathon. By the way, it was also really cool too, because yesterday, Friday, I did a quick scouting trip with my bike. So basically, I checked out the entire track I wanted to run. And this was really a great thing because, this was not an official competition. This was not a real race. It was just a personal race, me against the time. And it was really good because I knew, okay, I need to run there. I had the turning point in mind where I need to turn around, and I knew I started to memorize specific spots, so that I always had a small goal right ahead of me, and also this long-term goal of, okay, I need to run until this point where I can turn around, was so good, because otherwise I would have just had to rely on my watch and check all the time, okay, I ran this distance. And when you do this over a very, very long distance, so more than 20 kilometers, it really starts to screw with your mind, because you get impatient. You think, oh man, at some point this turning point needs to arrive. I still need to run 2 kilometers, oh no. But just with the goal in mind, okay, I need to run until this specific point, it felt so much better, because it was like, okay, I'm on autopilot. I need to get there, turn around and run back. And there was no decision making, nothing involved. It was just, okay, do it, and you will complete this distance. And the run itself, it was all the way along the River Main, which was also just great. It was really a scenic run, and I wouldn't change anything about the track. The only thing I would have liked to change would be my breakfast, but hey, that's a learning experience. And as you hear, I'm super happy, I'm super amazed, and I really enjoyed every second of the run, although it was really a dark time. Literally a dark time. It was good. It was just good. And so we conclude, I'm crazy, but I guess all endurance runners, athletes are somewhat crazy. And yeah, with that, we are at the end of this episode. Always remember, one more stride. Oh, by the way, one more stride. I did some very, very basic body painting. So I noted down on my left arm the distance I have to run, that I'm sure, okay, I need to run this distance, and I can stop now after having reached this distance. I also wrote on the left arm, dig deep, to just dig deep into my inner core. And on the right arm I wrote down, one more stride. With that, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!